What the hell happened in Jacksonville yesterday?
Dude, that was a slacking. That shocked me. I had no idea that game would be that bad. Like it just wasn't even competitive from the start. That shocked me.
The worst loss in the Aaron Rodgers era for the Green Bay Packers. Final score 38-3. New Orleans Saints make the biggest statement on NFL opening weekend. I think, that Chiefs-Browns game had a lot of eyes on it, and it was a really good one, and that's a great win for the Chiefs. But in terms of playing a really good team and dominating the way that they did, the Saints had the statement win of week one. Really just dominant in every single fashion you could find. They were in Aaron Rodgers' face. I thought the no-name defensive line unit for the Saints was everywhere. You had Albert Huggins back there. You had Davenport is healthy and played great. Shy Tuttle was in there making some plays. And then, obviously Cam Jordan coming off a year that he didn't produce the way he would like last year, gets the pressure on that early red zone interception that Rodgers threw. And that was really probably the play of the game that started to create the separation, and you knew the Packers were not coming back.
Yeah, all the concerns we have for the Saints going into the season, defensive tackles, cornerback play, tight end play, they all had amazing games. Their defensive line played extremely well. Their corners matched up extremely well with Green Bay's receivers. And Juwan Johnson with a big touchdown, and Troutman had a good game as well. So when you get all the concerns playing well going into the season, and then you get to stack up your great offensive line, Jameis not turning the ball over, Alvin Kamara having a game, you start feeling really good about yourself. And I'm sure the Saints are feeling really good about themselves today.
I heard Mario talk about this a lot. Obviously, he covers the Saints and does play-by-play for them and knows that team very well. And his thought was, and it made a lot of sense, entering the season, that the Saints were going to rely on that run game a lot to help Jameis Winston early. And it's not, for an NFL game, it is fairly gaudy numbers, but they were efficient running the football behind that really good offensive line. And even though you had to move Ruiz into center to play when McCoy goes out, they didn't miss a beat there, and Kamara ran it for 4.5 yards a carry. Tony Jones Jr. ran it for 4.5 yards a carry. They ran it for 171 yards on the day. That made things pretty easy for Jameis, who was efficient, threw 5 touchdown passes, didn't turn it over, stretched the field to Deontay Harris on the long one late. It was a clinic from Sean Payton.
This rushing numbers looks like UCLA LSU. The Saints 171 rushing yards, Green Bay 43 rushing yards. Yep. Normally when the disparity is that big, you're going to lose by a lot of points, and that's exactly what happened. The Saints got to control the clock, get their run game going, and then when it gets that run game going, big, heavy play action. I think you heard Drew Brees say it on the telecast that, is this what the Saints offense have been missing? And you probably say so when you're hitting those big, deep touchdown passes to Harris and the crew. The Saints are probably feeling really good about themselves.
Sean Payton just taught a masterclass. They just absolutely dominated time of possession in the first half. They did not punt once in the first half. It's just total control of the football, of the clock, of the tempo. Everything was clicking. People have said it all year, and it doesn't make life any easier. He'd go back and take Drew Brees in his prime if he could in a heartbeat. But the fact of the matter is that people have been doubting the Saints, and Sean Payton loves that. Brees goes out, Teddy Bridgewater's in, they go undefeated. Brees goes out, I'll go with Taysom Hill, we'll win some games. They did. And now you've got it, changing of the guard, you've got a new quarterback, and a lot of people say, well, they'll take a step back because they don't have the Hall of Famer back there. Well, they still got the Hall of Fame coach with the headset, and he ran circles around that Green Bay staff yesterday.
Yeah, that's what I said going into the season. If there's a guy to call some plays and draw some stuff up, it'd be Sean Payton. And I think for me, the call of the game for him, right before the half, the Saints have it right on the 2 or 3 yard line, and it's 4th down, and he goes for it. He doesn't care. He said, we don't get it. They go for it. They get the touchdown. They go up by 3 scores, and I think that's kind of when they kind of took control of this game. And Sean Payton's just a heck of a coach to take Jameis Winston from 30 interceptions to how he played in the preseason and how he played yesterday. I think just goes to show you what type of offensive-minded coach Sean Payton is, and I'm excited to see how he continues this on throughout the season. And the beautiful things for Saints fans, they did all that without Michael Thomas. So to know you're going to be getting Michael Thomas back with this offense, you should be feeling really great about the Saints.
And it wasn't like Marquez Callaway went nuts either, which we kind of anticipated him being the one guy. He had 1 catch for 14 yards. They only targeted him twice the whole day. Now, Troutman got 6 targets, had 1 costly drop, but Juwan Johnson has a couple touchdown passes. They find a way to get Deontay Harris involved in the passing game. Awesome. And then I think certainly something that needs to be said is Dennis Allen's defense against that offense with those playmakers. to do what they did, to hold Aaron Rodgers to 15 out of 28, force a couple of picks, and get a big sack. I mean, Aaron Rodgers' passer rating yesterday was 36.8, and he sat down for the last 15 minutes of this game. I mean, it was remarkable to see what they did.
Yeah, that was masterclass. And we watched that defense against Trevor Lawrence, God be at the preseason, but we said, man, this defense could be better than we think. And they went out there in Green Bay and showed it. The cornerbacks played extremely well. They were in press man all day against the receivers from Green Bay, and they just did a phenomenal job. So this defense is picking up where they started this season last year. They started the season last year extremely well, going against Tampa, and this year going against Rodgers, one of the best quarterbacks in all of football, and having that performance. So if you're on that Saints defense, they need to continue doing what they're doing, and they're going to beat a lot of teams this year. Their record's going to be a lot better than we thought.
Yeah, that was my next question. Do you feel differently about the Saints today than you did Saturday night?
The blowout shocked me, but I knew they still had so much talent on this roster. I think going into the season, I said if Jameis can take care of the football, they're going to be better than people think, and that's exactly what happened. He didn't turn the ball over. He took care of the ball. They're going to have a great offensive line. They're going to have a great run game. They got Alvin Kamara. They don't even have Michael Thomas thus yet. So still so much talent. I think the Saints are, they're probably right where I thought they'd be.
You said last week, and you did not include them in your Super Bowl chants, that you sing a different tune. You can't for the game, but do you think they're a realistic division threat and a team that has the ability to win games in January?
Yeah, they can. Anytime you got a good defense and a run game, you can always win a tough playoff game. It's going to come down to your quarterback not turning the ball over and keeping you in position to win. I don't know if I picked them in the Super Bowl, but I wouldn't be shocked if they're playing in a playoff game this year.